Can friendships transcend time and space? For one World War II British flyer, a nagging health problem late in life leads him to a spiritualist who delivers a surprising message from his past. Join us as Paranormal TV lets the truth be told about RAF Commander Trevor Ford. The Battle of Britain shaped the beliefs of many British airmen. And Trevor Ford, a commander in the Royal Air Force, was no different. Trevor Ford reached the rank of Warrant Commander. He was a leader who developed a mutual respect and a strong bond with his men.
I quit, Skip. You do nothing but win.
Well, good of you to concede defeat, Ray. Because I've just won all your cigarette money for the next 12 years.
Hey, you blokes think you can do better?
Ah, easy, Ray. Hey, where are you going?
For a walk.
Well, you can't.
Why not?
Oh, Ray, because we're on alert right now, and not only that, I think you could do with some cheering up.
Well, I think you've cheered me up enough for one night, thanks.
Hey, now, lads.
Ready. Happy birthday, Ray.
Hey, that IOU? It's scratched, all right?
All right.
All right.
It's my cake. I'll cut it.
Hey, Ray, before you do, well, me and the lads want you to know that we made this cake from our own heart and soul. So, take your chances.
Many of Trevor's best friends died in air battles over Europe, and he never stopped missing any of them, especially Ray. Seeing the horrors visited upon innocent people, Trevor came to the conclusion that there was no God watching, no heaven, no hell, and no afterlife. Trevor's wife was a WAF at the time, which is the Women's Royal Air Force of today.
We are going to have to do something about that back pain of yours, Trevor.
Comes with age.
Nonsense. It comes with neglect.
Here we are.
I could use those biscuits. I'll just get behind the counter. Edith, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Have you been taken care of?
Yes, your daughter's helping me. Thank you very much. Well, Trevor, I see you're back, still acting up.
I guess everybody knows.
Why don't you come to the healing sessions at the church?
I suppose God does the healing, finds a time in his busy schedule.
Of course he does.
Don't get him started, Edith. Trevor thinks God ignored a lot of people who needed his help during the war.
We don't know how the world turns as it does.
Well, I certainly don't.
His wife Cynthia finally did convince Trevor to go to a healing service to see if he could get relief for his back pain.
Quite frankly, I'd rather have my teeth drilled.
Trevor, you promised.
Oh, I know I did, but the whole thing's so silly.
Come along, we're going to be late.
All right. Oh, all right, all right.
What was about to happen would change Trevor's life forever.
My description of what I do and how it is done is that I have 1 foot on the earth plane and 1 foot in the spirit world. So I am an in-between.
Your father says not to worry. Everything will be resolved in a fortnight. Be patient. Good news is coming. I have an airman in spirit here who insists that you haven't got your squadron tie on.
Me?
Yes.
She's right, it's my R.A.F. tie.
He has several fellows with him. There's a tall fellow here with curly blonde hair And there are 9 more in the balcony, including a small man they all call the little bloke. They're laughing about the little bloke. They say he's a real grumbler and always has something to moan about. But they're very fond of him. They claim to know you. Does that mean anything to you?
I lost 10 good friends in the war.
They all have the same insignia on the shoulders of their uniform. It's an eagle in flight with its talons extended.
She's right. That's the 36th Squadron, my squadron. This is it's unbelievable.
The blonde fellow says the little bloke is an air gunner. He has a different insignia on his chest. It's a half wing and a crown and bold letters AG surrounded by a brown leaf cluster. I'm hearing airplanes. They sound different, unlike the ones at the airport.
Prop plane?
Yes, that's right, prop planes.
That's what we flew. That's what we flew. I can't hear.
The blonde fellow says it's a fly past. Do you know what that is?
Yes. Salute.
Well,
I don't know what to think.
thank you for coming.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Not at all, not at all, thank you.
Oh, wait. You mustn't go yet.
What?
Please stay.
Stay? What for?
The airmen haven't gone. They're lined up on the stairs.
What do they want?
Filing out now and saluting you. And the little bloke is still here. He wants your attention. He wants to make sure that you recognize him.
And the last one to leave came back and said, "Goodbye, Skip." And I knew I hadn't been called that for 45 years. And I knew that was Ray.
And these are pictures of Trevor from before the war. It's the Isle of Man. He's summered there so often with his family.
He looked very handsome in his uniform.
Yes, he was, wasn't he?
Now,
We came back to my house and looked at my photographs.
that's me.
Oh, yes. And that's the little bloke I saw, whom you called Ray.
She's right. That's him. That's Ray.
My understanding of what it is like when you pass from this phase of existence to the other phase of existence, which is generally known as the spirit world, is, to those who understand the continuation of life, is just like walking through a door, because all you do is shed your earthly body as an old overcoat that you no longer need, and the real you that no longer needs the physical body goes on to another vibration to live in another phase of existence where a physical body is no longer needed, but the personality the person as they are still exists as they are.
I was absolutely stunned, elated. Couldn't really believe what I'd heard, but I knew it to be true. So, from being what would normally be a confirmed atheist, the circle had turned, that I knew now that somebody who'd gone on could come back from beyond and be with me and my family. Which means, of course, there is life after death.